purpose of smelling salts is to restore or stabilize respiratory action as the ammonia irritates the nasal areas and lungs and forces an inhalation response. Better breathing can stimulate alertness, as you can clearly see from these hockey players' reactions. One of the classic plays in NFL history, New York Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez mistakenly turns left, misses the handoff, tries to salvage the play, and when attempting to slide, slams his face into the butt of Brandon Moore and fumbles the ball. Steve Gregory picks up the ball for the Patriots for an untouched touchdown. During the Phoenix Suns game against the Charlotte Bobcats, entertainment show at a third-quarter timeout, Suns Guerrilla Verve Soul Patrol member Nick Corrales overjumps his trick and ends up going through the basketball hoop, rim, and net. In a match in Greece, all of a sudden a player falls to his knees during a throw-in like he had a stroke or an aneurysm. As it turns out, the reason for his reaction is a snowball thrown by a fan that only hits the ball. Sports are supposed to be fun, right? During a match in Bratislava, Slovakia, tennis star Caroline Wozniacki proved she is quite the dancing queen when she started dancing during a stoppage of play in an exhibition match. Her opponent, Dominika Cibulkova, joined the Danish superstar in getting down on center court as well. During a wrestling match, one of the athletes throws out a serious Street Fighter move and instantly stuns his opponent. You know, it takes years to learn a proper Hadouken. For him to learn it at such a young age is incredible. Indonesian national Sanda champion Adi Parianto wins the match, and the ring girl Sevilla Aprilia gets a little too close to the excited winner. Sometimes fans will throw snowballs in the field, but in this game between the Seahawks and Jets, Sean Ellis throws a huge chunk of snow back at these pesky fans. In a September 2013 Detroit Tigers baseball game, Prince Fielder races to the railing of the stands to try to grab a foul ball, but then decides to grab a snack from a fan after the play. At one tough enough match between Brieda Carpenter and Serena De Jesus, the referee raises the wrong hand after the match. You can see the disappointment in her magnify when he raises her hand inadvertently. This is a new one. Watch as a sprinkler suddenly goes off during a doubles match at the Wimbledon Championships. The water sprinkler gives Lara Sigmund and Artem Sitak an unpleasant and rather damp surprise as Court 15 gets an unexpected soaking. One tradition of the Washington Nationals baseball team in Washington, D.C. is the running of the Presidents during the 7th inning stretch. The Presidents will run from the outfield to home base, but on this occasion, another mascot had a sneaky plan for the Presidents. During a game between the Miami Marlins and Tampa Bay Rays, after striking out, Carlos Gomez takes his frustrations out on the dugout cooler. The story has a happy ending though, as Gomez and the coolers made up later. At the Tour Championships. It appears football trophy presentations have had a history of topless women stealing the trophy, and despite security having a close eye on this trophy, a woman still got close enough to attempt the theft. Security quickly covered her with an umbrella, wrapped her in a flag, and carried her off. Kiss cams at sporting events are typically very popular, and sometimes very memorable also. At this Bulls game, a man and his girlfriend argue as he isn't paying attention, and Benny the Bull comes to her rescue to carry her off to, well, who knows. At the start of this fourth quarter Dallas Cowboys and Miami Dolphins football game, Tony Romo passes to Jason Witten, who then is pushed out of bounds and directly into a cheerleader, knocking her over. She seemed alright though. In 2011, in Daegu, South Korea, the 100-meter race, I could have sworn one of the discus throwers mistakenly lined up and ran in the race. This couldn't have been good for his confidence. Matt Diaz assists Citizens Bank Park security with apprehending a masked fan dressed in a full red bodysuit who runs on the field during the Phillies-Braves game. During a Midland Lee High School football game, the field goal gets an assist for the three-pointer from the referee's head. Zach McAllister reacts to liner, pops it up to himself with his leg, and makes the catch, taking away a hit in the game between Minnesota and Cleveland. At the Grand Prix in France in November 2019, the mayor of the French city of Grenoble, where the competition took place, was awarding the medals to the winners on the podium. He mistakenly gave the gold to American Maria Bell, who was, in fact, the bronze winner. Bell quickly realized the error and handed the gold to its rightful winner, Alina Kosternaya of Russia, to the amusement of the audience. Ergutilus midfielder Leonardo Kaltras was the victim of an unfortunate series of mistakes after suffering an injury against Larissa in the Greek second division. In a bizarre turn of events, a Larissa player who felt Kaltras was feigning injury to waste time tactically attempted to pull him to his feet by his shirt before stretcher bearers arrived to carry Kaltras off the pitch. While in pain, the bearers rolled him onto the stretcher so he was half on and half off, then began running to get him off the pitch as quickly as possible before dropping him to the ground. It's almost as if they are recreating a scene from a cartoon. A Spokane Chiefs player hoists the Memorial Cup after winning Canada's Junior Hockey Championship, though the player dropped and broke the cup during the post-game celebration. Not to fear though, it's a replica of the real trophy which is in the Hockey Hall of Fame. The Houston Astros baseball team mascot, Orbit, tries to engage the game security with his dance moves, but isn't receiving the reaction that he was hoping for, until he messes with one security guard who has been waiting for him. During a Denver Nuggets and New Orleans Pelicans basketball match, JaVale McGee makes a dive for a loose ball and ends up on the lap of a startled lady, though he gives her a kiss on the cheek for her troubles. One moment you're at a West Virginia University football game, walking down the aisle, minding your own business, and the next, you're in a dance-off with another spectator and the center of 60,000 other fans' attention.